didn't realize how many different hurdles can kind of come in the way. We're excited. We are where we are.
From what I'm getting from her, she feels if I like something, she wants me to score everything else. This is what I want to do and go straight forward.
All right, folks, get ready for some serious tea, because today's video is about to dive deep into one of the most talked about celebrity couples in recent years, Brat and her wife, B Judy, aka the Kaleidoscope Queen herself. Now, we all know that Brat and Judy have been serving us relationship goals since they first went public, but behind those perfectly curated Instagram posts and lovey-dovey Toy Sam. So buckle up, because we're about to uncover some juicy details that have fans buzzing and speculating about what's really going down behind closed doors.
World.
It feels good. I mean, it was a rough day. Like,
right.
it was, I thought because it's such a wondrous and glorious day and marvelous.
First things first, let's talk about the latest drama that's been stirring the pot. Picture this day Brat and Judy are out and about with their baby boy, True Legend. Everything seems picture perfect until it's time to strap little True into his car seat. Sounds simple enough, right? Well, not so much when it comes to these two. In what should have been a routine parenting moment, tension between the couple boiled over into a full-on power struggle. And here's where things get interesting. Judy's behavior during this seemingly mundane task was anything but ordinary. It's been described as possessive and controlling, almost like she was marking her territory, and fans were quick to pick up on it. You see, Judy wasn't just helping Brat buckle their son, and she was practically shoving her out of the way to do it herself. The whole scene reeked of someone who's not willing to share control, even over the smallest things. And it's not like this is the first time we've seen hints of this kind of dynamic between them. But let's be real. Folks, when you're in a relationship where one person is constantly trying to dominate the other, it's only a matter of time before things start to crack. And it looks like those cracks are starting to show.
I don't think it was questioning if it was the right choice. I think maybe questioning if it was the right choice.
Now, it's no secret that Brat is a first-time mom, and naturally she's going to have a strong bond with her son, especially after carrying him for 9 months. But here's where the story takes a turn. Some fans have pointed out that Judy might be overshadowing Brat's experience as a new mother. Instead of letting her wife bask in the joys of motherhood, Judy seems more focused on maintaining control and keeping herself in the spotlight. And let's not forget, this isn't Judy's first rodeo. She's already a mother of 3 from a previous relationship. So you'd think she'd be more understanding of the significance of Brat's first-time mom experience. But from the way she's acting, it's almost like she's not willing to let Brat have her moment. Now, this possessiveness isn't just limited to parenting. If we look at Judy's past actions, there's a pattern emerging that's raising some serious questions about her true intentions in this relationship. Remember when they first went public with their relationship? Judy was all about grand gestures. She was the one who bought Brat that lavish white Bentley, which was more than just a birthday gift. It was the moment Brat decided to come out publicly, something she kept private for years. And while the world saw it as a beautiful, supportive moment, some couldn't help but wonder if it was also a strategic move on Judy's part. After all, what better way to cement your place in someone's life than by giving them something they sang choose?
It would be easy. It wasn't so easy. Like, a lot of things went left.
Fast forward to their wedding February 22nd, 2022. A date so significant that Brat had it tattooed on her back, symbolizing their twin flame connection. And let's not forget the wedding itself. It was a fairy tale affair, complete with a carriage, celebrity guests, and all the glitz and glamour you'd expect. But here's the thing, they planned this extravagant event in just 9 days. 9 days. And while most couples would have been stressed out of their minds, Judy seemed determined to make it happen, almost as if she was on a mission to get things done on her terms and within her time framing. And that's where things get a little murky, because for all the love and romance on display, there was also a sense of urgency that didn't quite add up.
Because when you explain how important the date was and how significant it was to us, to our relationship, to everything.
It's like Judy was driving the whole thing, and Brat was just along for the ride. In fact, during the planning, Brat herself admitted that the wedding day was anything but easy. It was chaotic, stressful, and a lot of things went wrong. And yet they went through with it, sticking to that all-important date. Why? Because Judy had made it clear that this date was non-negotiable. It was significant to their relationship, and she wasn't willing to let it slide. So Brat, ever the devoted partner, made it happen, even if it meant pushing through all the chaos. But here's the million-dollar question: was this wedding truly about love? Or was it more about keeping up appearances and securing that all-important status? Because let's face it, Judy is a savvy businesswoman. She didn't build her Kaleidoscope empire by playing it safe. And there's a growing sense among fans that Judy's actions might be more calculated than anyone realized. I mean, think about it, Judy is always one step ahead, always making moves that ensure she stays in the spotlight, whether it's through her relationship with Brat or her various business ventures.
My biggest lesson is being patient and learning how that when my wife is working.
And speaking of business, Let's not forget that Judy and Brat are also business partners. They've collaborated on a new hair care line, Kaleidoscope X Brat, which has been a huge success. And while there's no denying that their partnership is mutually beneficial, it's hard to ignore the fact that Judy's brand has only grown stronger since she linked up with Brat. So the question is, where does the business end and the relationship begin? Is Judy genuinely in love with Brat? Or is she in love with what Brat brings to the table? This brings us to the current situation with Baby True. There's a growing feeling among fans that Judy's behavior towards their son is less about maternal love and more about control. She's been described as overprotective, almost to the point of obsession, and it's starting to raise eyebrows. One fan even commented Brat carried this little boy for 9 months. Of course, she's going to have a bigger connection to him. And yet, from the outside looking in, it seems like Judy is doing everything in her power to be the dominant parent, even if it means sidelining Brat in the process. Another fan didn't hold back, stating, "One word, confusion. Brat and Judy's relationship is destructive, and an innocent child will be in the middle of their confusion." And honestly, that's the crux of the matter, because while the public sees a power couple on the surface, those closest to them might be seeing something entirely different. If there's one thing that's clear, it's that there's a lot more going on in this relationship than meets the eye.
I think we're gonna need some therapy to just figure everything out so that we can have a better relationship. And for the new baby, it won't be the same.
And here's where things get really interesting, because if Judy is indeed more concerned with control and financial security than with genuine love, what does that mean for the future of their relationship? Could it be that Judy is playing the long game, strategically positioning herself to benefit from her connection to Brat, both personally and professionally? And if that's the case, where does that leave Brat? Is she a willing participant in this arrangement? Or is she being manipulated into a situation that's more about business than love? There's a growing sense of unease among fans, many of whom are starting to question the authenticity of Judy's intentions. And while some might dismiss these concerns as nothing more than baseless gossip, the fact remains that where there's smoke, there's usually fire. After all, we've seen this kind of thing play out before in other celebrity relationships. Everything looks perfect on the surface until it all comes crashing down. And with Brat and Judy, the cracks are starting to show. One of the most telling signs of trouble in paradise is the way Judy has been handling the spotlight since their son's birth. It's almost as if she's using Baby True as a prop, something to further her own agenda rather than simply enjoying motherhood for what it is. And this isn't just speculation. Judy has been all over social media, posting pictures and videos of their son, making sure everyone knows just how hands-on she is. But here's the thing, when you're constantly putting your private life on display for the world to see, it begs the question, are you doing it for the love of your child? Or are you doing it for the likes and the attention?
It's time to dive all the way into motherhood, that I can step away if needed, and I can fully focus on us, our relationship.
It's a delicate balance, and one that Judy doesn't seem to be handling very well. Instead of letting Brat take the lead as a first-time mom, Judy is right there in the thick of it, making sure she's always front and center. And while there's nothing wrong with being an involved parent, there's something about the way Judy is going about it that feels more performative than genuine. It's almost as if she's more concerned with how she's perceived than with the actual experience of raising her son. And that brings us to the heart of the matter, because if Judy is more focused on appearances than on the actual substance of her relationship with Brat, what does that say about the future of their marriage? Is this just a phase, something they'll work through as they navigate the ups and downs of parenthood? Or is it a sign of deeper issues that could ultimately lead to their downfall? Fans have been speculating about this for months, with many questioning whether Judy's intentions are as pure as she claims. Some believe she's genuinely in love with Brat and just has a strong personality that sometimes comes across as controlling. Others think there's something more calculated going on, that Judy is using this relationship as a way to further her own career and keep her brand in the spotlight. And then there are those who think the truth lies somewhere in between, that Judy might love Brat in her own way, but is also acutely aware of the benefits that come with being in a high-profile relationship. So what do you think? Is Judy truly in love with Brat? Or is she playing a long game to secure her own interests? And what about Brat? Does she know what's going on, or is she simply going along for the ride? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video.